nice on these kind of days to have this building right here to stay out of the elements if you need to?
I think if you need to, there's times where you're going to need to go out and perform in the rain as well, But for us right now, we're in spring ball and need as many good reps as we can get, and we're going to try to do that. And plus, we don't have to tear up the beautiful grass field out there for no reason.
Well, we spoke to Keith Gavin and Tamori and Terry. What's it? I guess you don't know what it's like yet, but to have two big targets like that in your passing game, how big of an asset is that?
It could be a very big asset for us. Those guys are strong, they're physical, and I think whenever you got strong, tall, physical receivers that can catch the ball, they can do a lot of damage for you. But both of those guys are really talented and having a good spring.
How have you seen them kind of take to your offense so far?
Good. I know. I think almost every practice, Terry has scored a touchdown. So he's been doing well. All of them, Gavin's been doing well. Matthews, those guys are coming along pretty well. I think as we start to slow down on install, I think they'll start having a lot more production where they don't have to think as much.
I think we think a lot of competition like between guys at the same position, but how much is the competition between the wide receivers and the DBs kind of sharpen those guys every day?
It's huge because we feel like we got really good DBs and we feel like we have a couple good receivers until we get some more in here. But it's always good, and we try to match those guys up when we do one-on-ones and different things. So good going against good, and allow those guys to compete and get better. And we always say we want winners, so we want to see who's going to win in those competition drills. But it always helps when you can have good on good and some really good players that can compete against each other and like they say, iron sharpen iron.
Coach Kelly seems to have such a natural teaching style with those guys. Is that one of the big things
Godfather,
that you like about him?
Thing I like about Coach Kelly is he's a great mentor. He understands all aspect of the game, and yeah, great people skills. He can get along with pretty much anyone. He's a great teacher, and our guys, not only our guys but coaches, all enjoy being around him. But he's a good football coach, good person, and good for our football program.
It seems like Coach Kelly's kind of thriving on the fact that he's an on-field coach now, whereas he was off-field with you back at Oregon. Is there something about him that kind of just re-energized that he's back on the field?
I think you got to be energized when you're out there on that football field, and Coach knows ball, and he hadn't been out there in a while, so I'm sure he's excited and fired up, and I'm sure the game changed a little bit too for him. But he's Coach Kelly that understands the game, and say from a schematic standpoint and fundamentals and technique, the game hadn't changed, and he's big on those things. So he's a great teacher and great mentor, and again, he's great not only for our players but our coaching staff as well.
So Tamorian's a guy that didn't play last year. So when do you remember when you first became aware of him?
Oh yeah, bowl practice. Came out bowl practice, and him and Blackman connected a couple times down the field, and I was really impressed. And he stood out. I knew his name really quick. I remembered his name really quick.
What are some of the things he has to work on to be able to translate to Saturday?
Well, I think a big part is just understanding the offense. The kid's making plays now, and he don't have a full understanding of the offense. And once he get a grasp on that, I think he really can play freely and don't have to think about am I going to make the mistake or not. I can just go play, and when he knows what he's doing, it's tough.
Looking at Cyrus and the
challenge for the quarterbacks learning the offense. And
say it again. I'm sorry.
What do you think is the biggest challenge for the quarterbacks learning the offense and being able to run it like you want it?
The biggest challenge is I wouldn't. It's hard to say biggest challenge. It's just you just got to learn it and then be able to compete every day and get better every single day. It's not hard. It's just new verbiage. We run some of the same plays they ran before. We just call it differently, and we go about doing it differently than what they did. So just understanding exactly what we're calling and why we're calling it. I think that's, if there's anything, it's the challenge of knowing why and then going out and execute the plays because this is what we're looking for. And just like we talked about with the receivers, it's no different with the quarterbacks. They got to learn the system so they can play freely and do the things that they do well.
Looking at Cyrus and Hampton, the two guys who kind of found their way on the field as freshmen, how have you seen them kind of look to take the next step?
Those guys have had a really good winter condition. From day one, those guys have been highly competitive and have bought into what we're trying to do. And those guys are passionate about being here at Florida State and want to win, and they highly competitive. And I think that's a big reason why they were on the field early. So I think those guys really want to build off of last season and continue to get better.
There's a situational scrimmage tomorrow. What are you looking to get out of that? And is it kind of a milestone for the guys to go through that?
It is. So often you just put them out there 11 on 11, tell them to play football, and they're running plays, but they're not understanding the situation. And we're just trying to teach our guys the game. We're going to put them in a lot of different situations throughout a lot of game situations and make sure that they're locked in and understanding where they're at, and they're not just out there running around and running lines on the playbook, but knowing the situation and knowing what the tendencies and what people like to call. I think the more they can understand that, the better they can do their job. So just teaching them the game, and then next week we'll have a full scrimmage, so they can put it all together. So we're still teaching.
Where the guys that are rehabbing, or some you hope you can maybe get back before spring's done?
Yeah, a couple of them. We heal a little differently around here, and so I think some of those guys will be back quicker than we all think.
Any that you can share, which players might see before spring game?
I can't until they come back, so once they come back, I'll tell you, I just don't know when or whatever. I know we heal differently, so if the doctor said 3 weeks, probably about 2 weeks for us.
How have Ricky and Logan looked, and is there any competition for them, or is it just within themselves?
It's competition with everyone, Again, we don't know anybody. We just got here, and they don't know us, and we don't know them. We know each other a little more than that, but we're letting them all compete, and again, nobody has a job, and we want guys that's going to be consistent in what they're doing. And we put those guys in tough situations throughout the day too, and they don't know when they're going to be called on throughout practice, and so they got to be ready and keep themselves warm. And a lot of times we put pressure on them where be conditioning on whether you make the field goal or not.
So it's not really like a special team segment. They're coming in.
We have special team segments, but there will be times, there are times in practice where we'll just call field goal. And you got to be ready. You don't know when that time's going to be. It could be at the beginning of practice, the middle of practice, at the end of practice. You got to be ready to come win the ball game for us.